Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape ape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dog said hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions. Man up, slaves, and hit those buttons, or I'll send ice.
There we are. Okay, greetings everybody. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. Remind everybody, hit the like, share, and subscribe. And there is a PayPal link down below for anybody who wants to share some love. Help a brother out, always appreciated. And what we're doing today is I'm going to do a video review on a police video referencing the freedom of speech and what's going on in today's police society and what they're posing as city policy, city ordinance, this and that violates the First Amendment, first and foremost. And these are the ones that make the worst cops, the very worst of them. Now, this one here, you're going to hear he became a police officer because he did not like police officers. Virtue signaling that he wanted to be a hero, to be a better police officer for the community, yet he is one of the worst, because rather than being a hero, he will silence everybody by pacifying them, by violating the First Amendment rights of those that are speaking out. And just because they use rude and vulgar language, oh, well, we're going to arrest you. That's against city ordinance. When there's absolute, both state and Supreme Court case laws saying otherwise. And these are the people that refuse to educate themselves on this stuff when these issues come about. And that is what tells us that not only are they not educated on the law, they don't want to be. And when those that are educated about the law speak out, it doesn't matter. They're the law. And if you hurt their feelers, they're going to arrest you and give you this special treatment. Remember that from Hitler's willing executioners and the police state? Yeah, you're going to hear that right here. we're going to give them the special treatment. So let's take a look at this video. This here is from the Random Patriot. Go over and sub up to him. Great content. I'll just say content because I don't want to call him an auditor. But he certainly puts a lot of great information out that is so true. If you just did your research, you too would then know. See, that's the epitome of me speaking out and all these other people speaking out. We are speaking out, enforcing our freedom of speech because you have a right to know. So please pay attention. And again, like I said, do not believe me. Do not believe the neighbor. Do not believe the government, for crying out loud. Do not believe your mother. Do your research so you know. Greetings, Bad Barney, Sean Human. Everybody be sure to make a comment in the chat. Feel free to join the panel. The StreamYard link is down there. I'll try to get it pinned here shortly. Like I said, pay attention to these two gentlemen. The premise, the foundation of the story is they hit a gas line, an old gas line that had never been used, while scraping off the surface of rubble that you see behind them. And they hit a gas line that wasn't buried very deep. They weren't doing any digging. They were just scraping the surface. And they came across one about 6 inches under. So the police were called, but not for a crime, but rather to take an incident report only. And yet the freedom of speech is criminal.
I said, this is all over a gas line. Y'all come here to help us, and this is how we're getting treated.
If you're outside, it doesn't matter if you're on your property, in your yard, out there standing on the carport where that guy is, and you start cussing, it's disorderly conduct. Now, I don't make the law, son. He going to jail too.
If you start cussing, that's against the law, son. If you start cussing, that's against the law, son. Well, I'm here to tell you, fuck you. You ain't my daddy. See, that's the freedom of speech. And you have the right to know they ain't your daddy. Get over it.
Disorderly conduct for cussing outside.
Hang out right here for me.
That's a bigger problem than me, buddy.
Will you arrest me for having this sign right here? And you need to never do this again. You need to tell the camera you're never going to do this again. All right, I am here in Rector, Arkansas, and I'm here with the McCluskey's. Do you mind introducing yourselves?
My name's Lloyd Jason McCluskey.
I'm Zachary McCluskey. We're here on, what is this? Like, what's going on here? What is all this?
This is a property that we own. The roof was starting to fall in, so we're tearing it down.
Oh, okay. So you were doing some digging around?
No digging.
Oh, you weren't even doing any digging?
No digging.
Essentially, though, what we're here for is you were arrested for saying an F word that we're going to get into, but the reason they were out here to begin with, the reason the police were even out here was because there was a gas line that was hit.
Correct.
How did you hit the gas line?
I was on the tractor, just coming up, scraping stuff right here, and then, I mean,
You were just kind of scraping?
yeah, I was not digging.
So it was definitely a very shallow, old service line that probably went to a meter,
Yep.
stopped, was probably capped off right there. It had to have been 6 inches deep or something stupid.
The whole time we've owned this property, there's never been any utilities here besides electricity.
Oh, for real? So you never even had gas turned on?
No.
So 100%, there was probably a meter or going to be a meter here. Maybe there was never even a meter, and they ran a service line right there and capped it off.
That's my
And
belief.
then that's probably where the meter was going to be.
That's my belief.
And then you called 811, which if you aren't familiar with 811, you call that if you're ever going to do any digging or any construction, and then all the utilities that have utilities in the area will come out and mark stuff. Like what the gas company will do, for example, let's see. Oh, right here. Is they'll come out and mark yellow lines where their gas line is. Were these lines marked at the time?
No.
They weren't?
No.
So they came in.
And I don't care what you're doing, folks. I've been doing a lot of, I've done a lot of outside work, exterior work in regards to digging. I used to be in irrigation. And so there's a lot of digging, particularly by hand and by machine. And we come across many things in the soil. And I always suggest to call the 811 number and have everything marked first, even if you're just scraping things, so that you know immediately if you hit something, what it is. There's no guessing about it. These guys, they hit something, they didn't know what it was. Is it a gas leak that you can't smell? You don't know until it's too late, maybe, you know? So it's always wise to use that number and call first before you dig. Okay, always. I suggest calling it, even if you're not going to be digging and you're just going to be doing a lot of scraping on the surface, particularly in these smaller, older towns. The older ordinances didn't hold up to the standards that we have today. And so when you're running across some of these older properties, you're going to find things at higher levels towards the surface because they just didn't want to dig too deep. They didn't think it was important. So think about that and always check first.
Mark these after you hit it.
Correct.
And that happens all the time because, especially with little shallow service lines that never even got a meter, they're not on their maps yet. There's not a way to even track it. And then what happened was you hit it, so they knew where it was, and then they came out and marked it afterwards, and now it's probably on their map.
Correct.
And that happens all the time. It's very typical. It's not a crime. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything illegal, but it is protocol to call 911 when you hit a gas line for obvious reasons, right?
I'm aware.
Not because anyone's going to jail. It's just a safety thing.
Yep.
Right.
So,
I actually called 911
all right. Yeah.
immediately upon learning about the gas leak.
Okay.
I gave them all the information of the location, that there was a gas leak. I was at home. About 8 miles away, and as soon as I made the call, I headed this way.
I was over here at the corner, staying away from the gas leak. A cop approaches me, asks me for my ID. I give it to him. He said he needs it for the report. I give it to him within the first 5 minutes of him being here.
I'm not positive if you're required to give ID in a situation like
My apologies, folks. So when it comes to the lines and everything, the police were called as a matter of 911. He didn't call the police, he called 911. And so when it comes down to the ultimate authority in this situation, it would have been the gas company and the fire department. They would have had an ultimate authority for the safety and health and well-being of the people in the area. And that would include the police. So in case you don't understand the hierarchy and how it works, it actually works through the contracts. And the police have no contract. They want to contract, and that is what's going to happen in the court. They're going to bind you up in that court, and that's where your freedom of speech is imperative. So again, it's a matter of your health, well-being, and safety. It goes by the authorities that have that ultimate power according to the incident or events. In this situation, like he said, there was no crime. It was a health hazard, and therefore they called 911 in regards to a gas leak. Therefore, the fire department and gas company should have responded first and foremost.
this, although I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, I would I would personally.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure about the legal argument about that, but that's not even, that is not the dispute here. That is irrelevant. You gave it to him.
Yep.
No one's even trying not to give it to him. But then you show up, the father does. And what was the officer that you talked to when you first show up?
Brandaberry.
Ronnie Brandaberry.
Brandaberry.
Zach Lane lives in Kansas and works for special interests, running their campaign.
It's my place.
Okay,
Is my son still here?
over there.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Jason
McCluskey.
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 Nice to
All right,
meet
and this is your building?
you. Yes.
Okay. You got your ID on you so we can. Okay.
No.
I hate them ads, so I'll try to mute them the best I can, but I got to let them play because I have no other way until somebody can help me out with that PayPal link and share some love. I got to deal with it, and so do you. So if you want to do without the ads, help a brother out.
It's in the car.
It's in your car? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you need to see my ID.
Well, just documentation. Well, that's your building. The gas main's busted.
Right now, just please give me a few minutes.
I'm gonna give you a few minutes,
Don't
but I can.
approach me like that right now. Don't approach me like that right now. You want me
Hey,
my ID right now?
There's no need for that.
I'm worried
I'm
about
asking
this.
simple questions
Give me a few minutes.
to go over with your son.
You don't tell me where I go.
Sir,
You don't
I
tell
asked-
me where I go.
you can go to jail.
Come on, buddy.
See, right there, he wants to start giving lawful commands. Then you go over there with your son like he's your daddy. You don't listen to these motherfuckers. They don't have the authority to tell you to do shit.
Look,
Big bad, slap him. Slap him.
I'm asking you a simple question.
That's for my ID. I just walked up.
You gonna go check on your son's stuff? He
I checked on my son.
I want you to pay attention to these guys. These guys are all talking amongst each other, right? Look how they're dressed. This is going to be important at the end of the video. Look how these people are dressed.
Tell us some bitch to fuck with you. Ho! Ho! You don't hold me. That's enough. I don't respect your fucking badge and charges. Get it, son. Get it. Get it. Get up and stand. Ooh, damn. Good job, son.
Because he used the word fuck. Because he used the word fuck.
Now hang out here.
Yeah, buddy. Got you.
All I asked you was your name. I ain't taking my hand off you, and I don't have to.
I ain't taking my hand off you, and I don't have to. See, that's he thinks he has the authority to do this shit. This is insane.
I asked
I'm
you-
a boy.
And I said he was over here. I asked you your name.
That's for my ID.
I asked you for your ID.
Zach, stay back. Zach,
Same
Zach,
thing.
stay back. Stay fuck back. Stay fuck back. Hold up.
No,
This idiot's
listen.
gonna pay. This idiot's gonna pay. Stay back.
No,
Stay
no.
back.
Listen,
Stay back.
I asked a simple
Stay the fuck
question.
back. I'm
You-
not talking to you anymore.
That's fine. Don't. 42 to dispatch. Send 33.
Silly son of a bitch.
Well, you're the one that had the attitude, sir.
Ask me for my ID.
I have every right to ask you
Trying
for
to
your
check
ID.
on my boy.
And I said he was over there, and he was.
Shit.
Well,
So are you.
you can feel that way.
Yell at me all you want, buddy.
I don't care.
I don't care who
If
you
you're
are.
gonna stand there and cuss
I don't
officers,
care
you're
who
going to
you
jail.
are.
I don't care
I'm
who you
checking
are.
on my son.
I don't
You don't
care.
get my way.
Right now, you're detained.
Thanks, sir. What for, actually?
Disorderly conduct.
Already?
You immediately gave him your name. You said, yes, I'll give you my ID. Just give me a second. But then he started getting, he was just a cop. He was just being cop assholey. And they don't realize that they're being little.
When I got here, I had two things on my mind. First thing is to make sure my son was fine.
See, they think they have ultimate authority in every situation that they're in, and that you have to listen to the police. The fuck you do. You should be using common sense, reason, and logic, which these people don't. They use their feelers.
Second thing was to help in any way I could.
It was really whenever you said, I think it was the F word, right? The only people that heard it were first responders and police. So what are we doing? But it gets worse.
It does, unfortunately.
And so you are put under arrest,
Correct.
which then pisses You off?
Yeah.
Very much so.
And so thank goodness your brother, who's not here today, started recording. And I think, I don't know, did you say to start recording?
Yeah. I told him. I said, take my picture, and then turns out he was recording the whole time.
Thank goodness, dude, because the police are only releasing 3 minutes of one body cam, and they're giving me an excuse.
And there were 2 officers here.
So you just heard me say that the police are only releasing 3 minutes of one officer's body cam, which is where the potential cover-up begins. And so at the time of this interview, I had only received 3 minutes of Officer Brandeberry's body cam. And the chief told me in writing and in person, which you'll see later in the video, that no other footage exists. There's only 3 minutes that exist because of dead batteries and a malfunction. But surprise, surprise, only a few days later, I get all 33 minutes of the body cam footage, which proves the chief to be a liar and potentially trying to cover up his wrongdoing.
So they tried saying there was only 3 minutes of body cam. Come to find out there's actually 33 minutes. And in reality, there should have been multiple cameras, all of them with extensive video and audio. Pay attention. I'm going to talk about that later.
And this is how it all went down. It started with me just making a phone call to the chief to make a FOIA request.
What's your good? Well, man, honestly, you seem really cool right off the bat, and the reason I'm calling is a really big concern because you were directly involved. Let me get your email real quick, and then I'm going to tell you what it's about.
I'm gonna say this while we're talking. I'm a not unlike-minded individual than yourself. I'm gonna say.
Do you know who I am?
I'm a not unlike-minded individual like yourself. And his immediate question is, do you know who I am? See, this guy's just trying to pander off to be in the group, buddy. Hey, you're my bro. We're of the same kind. No, we ain't. No, we are not. We are not of the same kind.
I do not. But you said you work for a company journalism outfit called the Random Patriot.
That's right.
So I too am a patriot. In my opinion, I served 11 years with the 39th Infantry. The officer says, "Can I get your driver's license?" Now,
then he should certainly know the Constitution and what it embeds in our lives as people, and he should enforce that. But he doesn't, and he doesn't give a rat's ass. This is just another one that's in it for a hero virtue signaling, saying I was a veteran, or I'm a patriot, I went off to the war, I'm a hero. The fuck you are. Just like a motherfucker with a certificate on the wall. That certificate on the wall doesn't mean shit. Your true education is in your actions and behaviors. Like I said, and you can quote me on it. A man's intellect is limited and biased by his own vocabulary. Listen to what they say and learn what they mean by what they say.
Arkansas is an ID state.
Okay, I already know you are dead wrong, but go ahead, dude. This is going to be hilarious. I'm sorry.
I already know you're dead wrong, dude. But go ahead. This is going to be hilarious. Yeah, it's not an ID state. I want you people to understand something. There's not one law anywhere on any book that requires you to have an ID. There's not one law on any book that requires you to have a social security card. They cannot require you to do shit. There's not one law on the books anywhere that requires you to do shit until you've done something. Like get that ID, get that social security number. See, those are the things that when you get them voluntarily, now you've entered into a contract and you are now required. You have obligations. But these are only presumed contracts. And if you don't know them, you get suckered into them as if though they're true and real. This is why I tell you to do your fucking research.
All right, go ahead. So you, all right, I can't even let you go ahead because this is ridiculous. So he just hung up on me because he couldn't take the truth.
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work. Want to be a part of it? Listen up.
Yeah, if you want to be a part of it, listen up. If you want to be part of this, help a guy get rid of these fucking ads. Hit that PayPal link and share a little bit of love.
Hey, can I? Yeah. Oh my God, is he really throwing a fit right now?
And so after the phone call ended, I sent an email to the police chief, Kelly Baker, and to the city attorney. And in my email, I requested all body cam video and audio from Chief Baker, Officer Brandeberry, and Officer Manthe. And I asked for all Rector police.
Well, what's up, brother? How you doing today?
Hello. Is this a Keith Little show?
This is El Perro. Yes, Little Lippy.
Oh, El Perro
podcast. Keith Little. What's
what
going
was
on?
the second one? Little Lippy.
Yep.
What's this about? Freedom of speech? Because you have a right to know.
Absolutely.
Are you for freedom of speech for everyone?
Absolutely.
Every single person on earth?
Absolutely.
Even trans people and old people, midgets?
Absolutely.
All right. Not just Americans then.
Absolutely.
What's at the bottom, the Dono Goal 500? It says you're blessed. What do the donos go towards? If I sent you a donation, what are you going to use it for?
Well, anything that we would need. We're running kind of a little short here. We were recently involved in a wrongful turned constructive eviction that took every dime we had just to move. And now we're barely making it from month to month. So we're just
wait, you got
help.
You got evicted?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You were in a house and they kicked you out, or what happened?
Well, we were in an apartment. And
okay.
We got kicked out because the neighbors upstairs were being obsessively noisy all throughout the day and night. And when we made a noise complaint, it was ignored. And then later on, after it escalated, we were evicted. And they used statutes to evict us, even though they got on the stand and admitted that they violated statutes by not doing the process correctly. They admitted that we gave them a good faith complaint, but they did nothing about it when they were required to.
Really? What statutes did they use against you? Like what did they?
Forcible entry and detainer for clear and present danger.
Forceful entry?
Yep. Said I was a clear and present danger and they needed to get me out. So they were going to force entry to get me out because I refused to leave. I wasn't the party in the wrong. I gave the good faith noise complaint to the landlord for the lease violation of the tenant upstairs, and they did nothing about it, even though they were statutorily required to under the Iowa Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. And then when they proceeded with eviction, we gave them what's known as a request for reasonable accommodation in regards to the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act, because the whole situation with my companion is she's got dementia. And if you put her out, it disrupts her entire environment. And people with dementia, when you disrupt their entire environment, they get very, very emotional and their decline is immense. It destabilizes them and it causes hell. And I'm telling you, we've been going through hell since January. It's amazing that she's still holding up, but she can hardly walk now. Her balance is off. She's very upset, gets emotional over the littlest things. She's not comfortable in the new environment yet. It's been 6 months. And so we have a civil suit going, and we'll see if they're going to settle, but we don't know yet.
That's sad. Did you sue the owner of the building, or who did you sue?
Yep, the whole property owner is their property manager is the one that violated it. But when you bring these suits, you got to go against the property owner because they're the ones that have the indemnification and insurances.
Are you married to your companion, or is she just someone?
We are under common law wedlock. No papers, state marriage or nothing.
Okay.
Faith.
But it wasn't just a roommate. It was someone that you.
No. Yeah, it's my companion for almost 17 years now.
Oh, okay. So that you're seeking donations to help pay the bills?
Yep.
Sort of thing?
Yep.
Okay.
So let's get back into it because, like I said, I enforce my freedom of speech because you have a right to know. And exponentially, that is more important. If they silence one mouth, what they've done is they've deafened thousands of ears. So think about this, folks. Let's get back into it.
Department policies on wearing and operating body-worn cameras. I send them a bunch of case law pertaining to the arrests, and I end by saying that I'm not a cop hater, and I believe everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. A good chief and a good person would do the right thing when they learn they are wrong. A bad person and a bad chief would double down. Choose your own destiny. So that email was sent to the police chief and the city attorney. I then get a response back from the assistant police chief with the documents I requested and the 3 minutes of body cam footage. So I reply back to the assistant chief, thank you for your response. I would like to request any and all video and audio from the encounter mentioned above in the previous request. It seems as though I was only sent one officer's video from only one of the 2 arrests. I would like video from all officers on scene throughout the entire encounter of both arrests. I then get a response back from the chief, Kelly Baker, again, which says, we have sent you all of the existing footage from the incident that you requested.
And that is a blatant lie. And you'll find out here in a few. That is a blatant lie. See, these people are supposed to be held accountable. And yet we have case law that says that they're allowed to lie. How can they be held accountable if those that are signing off for them are allowing them to lie under case law? So understand that these administrative courts, they're nothing. They're nothing but contracts. And when you learn those contracts, you can enforce your freedom of speech because it too is a contract.
Chief Baker was at a doctor's appointment, and he says how he didn't go to the police department to get a camera first. He says Officer Manthe was wearing a body camera, but it did not record due to a malfunction. He says, I'm not an expert in electronics, but I can say that there are times when body cameras malfunction, do not charge properly, etc. I hope this answers any questions. But then just a few days later, Jason McCluskey, the father, goes down to the police department and gets them to admit that there is more footage and release it.
Hey, no way. I thought there was only 3 minutes.
To him.
No, we give it all to you.
Oh, this is it.
Everything to do with that incident the other day is there.
Okay.
Everything's there.
I'm still missing body cam footage.
We gave you everything that we've got. I didn't wear a body cam because I came from the doctor's office that day. Again's body cam was
supposedly dead. Supposedly.
I didn't wear. This is what I'm talking about at the end. I didn't wear a body cam because I came from the doctor's office that day. And what I'm telling you, folks, is that I found in a lot of these small towns, the police force is active, but it's not as active as you would think. Because actually they're off doing their own little thing until they get a call. And then they go change. They go to the office, the police office, and change into their uniform and go out on the call. You know, get in there.
Like Superman. They're basically, they don't have their clothes on, their uniform. They put the magic uniform on when they get a call.
When it calls for it, right. They're not on there for 8 hours a day. Even though they're on the clock for 8 hours a day, they're not in uniform. They're off doing other things because there's nothing to be on the clock for until they get a call.
They're paid to be playing golf and out at the restaurant and all kinds.
And when they get a call, it's going to take them longer to get there because they're not in uniform. They're not at the police station. So they have to go to the police station, get uniform, and then get the squad car and then go out.
Yeah.
So that takes too much. So a lot of times they don't do that. They take their personal car. They're still wearing their personal clothes And that means there's no dash cam and no body cam.
Yeah, they could get a call. They might be banging someone else's wife when they get a call. They got to put their clothes on real fast and drive to the place. I mean, it's incredible. They get paid for not working.
Yep.
They're not even in uniform.
And people don't understand this, Steve. They just don't. I don't know how they don't see it. I mean, they're out there golfing with them, and they don't see it.
Dad.
Yep.
Now, what about Brandenburg? His was on the whole time, right? After my putting in the truck and all that. Should be, unless he turned it off. If you could check on it for me, please. I'm told I need not just 3 minutes, the following minutes.
Hey, Shane, could you go down there and look and see how much footage he's got or whatever?
I'd like for this to all go away, but here in the next few days, there's going to be some, when I write that check, there's not going to be any turning back. And I thought there might be a grace period where, and I know this is something you probably have talked to, but
he's talking about writing that check for the attorney because he's going to go forward with a suit if they don't fucking fix this right now. And that's the option I gave the landlord. You fix this now and there won't be a suit. They failed to fix it. Now we're in a suit. Now we're also going to go after the court if they don't fix their part. So we got the civil suit against the property owner and the property manager, but we're also going to start going forward with a suit against the local court. And if the local court doesn't want to fix it, and upon our second complaint to the Judicial Commission for their errors as well, if they don't want to step up and fix it as well, we're going to name them in this civil suit as well. And we have the Attorney General and the Iowa Office of Civil Rights on our side already.
All this is in Iowa happening.
Yeah.
Why didn't they want to fix it? Why would they prefer the lawsuit?
I have no idea. Ignorance. The lady got on the stand and admitted that she's been doing property management for 8 years and didn't know that she was required to give the upstairs tenant a 7-day notice to cure.
Really? She had no idea.
None. And then when I sent her a request for reasonable accommodations under the ADA, I put the caveat at the very bottom. It says you are not, by federal law, if you do not respond accordingly, it is a civil rights violation. That's federal law, Federal Housing Act, Fair Housing Act in the ADA. They have to respond to a request for a reasonable accommodation by having private mediations. She refused to go to the private mediations and took us into public court, where she then got on the stand and admitted she's the one that violated state statute by not giving the 7-day notice to cure.
She said that right on the stand in court.
Right on the stand.
That's crazy. Was this woman some crazy feminist lesbian or what was she?
She looked like it. Huge, obese, old gray hair, and just a slob. I don't know. I don't know how this woman was a property manager for 8 years, unless that's the only thing she did was sit in her chair and do absolutely nothing but eat.
Just an obese slob that doesn't know the rules or the laws, and she doesn't enforce anything with property management.
None.
She didn't give a shit about their noise violation.
Yeah, she can't. The only thing she's there for is to do her job. Imagine that. See, that's what I talk about, Stephen, when I talk about Hitler's willing executioner. I run all day into people that are just doing their job. When they're not doing their job, and they have a higher duty than just doing their job. How is it we have these people in these levels of positions where they have the authority over so many lives? It's fucking amazing.
Aren't you part German though?
I am. I'm German and Scottish.
Well, Adolf was a good guy, I heard. I don't think he was that bad.
Yeah, he was trying to get rid of the central banks just like Gaddafi, and they did the same thing to Gaddafi. If you understand history, Roman Empire fell. The Holy Roman Empire fell, and at that time, the Royal German Empire rose. This was a German empire of 23 states. By World War II, they had been whittled down to 2 states. Or excuse me, World War I, they had been whittled down to 2 states. World War I was started because they ended up assassinating Sir Duke Ferdinand of Austria, the only other German state. When they did that, the Nazi Party rose and said enough. That's where we're at today.
Yeah.
We haven't moved on from Hitler's willing executioners. We are still willingly executing according to somebody else's police authority of insanity.
I'd rather have Adolf though and get rid of these banksters, the Jews, and I don't think that they're running a good show in this realm.
Well, we get rid of the central banks and the reserve currency and go back to your absolute common law right to exchange. That's substance, and that is equity. Substance over form. The bankers have taken it into the form realm where you have to do all this paperwork in form, where your substance, which is the gold, that's the standard, you're not allowed to use as an exchange. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I do. I do use gold and silver.
And on that same level, gold and silver are not the only mediums of exchange.
Yeah, that's true.
I could use this
exchange
library
coffee cards.
I could use this library right here in front of me and exchange this book for that book. I already read it. So I can exchange this book for that book.
I do that stuff. I exchange books with people. So I don't have to buy one. If I read one, I'll say, here, I read this one already. And then they'll give me something in return. It's a fair exchange.
That's where your authority comes from, guys. Your most powerful authority is the most local authority.
I do that with knives too. I trade knives. I trade artwork, all sorts of stuff you can exchange with people. If you get to know them.
Well, yeah. See, that's it's strange that we are having this conversation right now, Stephen. Because if the audience knew, Stephen and I don't get along too goddamn well sometimes. But this is where we agree, Stephen. I do this not for myself, but so I can get to know the things that I do, the things that I say, and those that I interact with in doing those things and saying those things. I can't sit here all by myself. I'd be useless.
That's true. You need me as a co-host.
Absolutely. You want to
yes.
put it that way?
Yes.
So let's get back into this, because this is where we need to wake people up.
All right.
My freedom of speech is great, but your right to know is so much greater. And if you're not going to listen, my freedom of speech means nothing.
But I would like to give an opportunity to maybe unring this bell.
Okay. I can talk to our prosecutor if that's what you want me to do.
Before, and like I said, I'm not giving you a deadline, but sometime next week I won't be able to talk about it anymore.
Sure.
About 33 minutes total.
I got 3.
Because that's what pertained to you and the arrest and what you were.
See, now you're saying because that's what pertained to you and the arrest and that. No, you said that's the only video footage there was. Now you're saying it's because it was the only portion that was of you. See, this is a fucking bold-faced liar. And this is the one that said he got into the police because he didn't like the police. And that implies that he's doing it to be a hero and show you how to be a better cop. And yet he's one of the worst. This is one of the worst policemen there are. This is Hitler's willing executioner.
Or Stalin.
Yes,
the other mustache.
Yeah, the Bolshevik before Nazi rise. Yep.
Yeah.
We have
that
to
ugly fucker.
We have to understand there is a greater authority within each and every one of us. It's called reason and logic. And if we start using that common sense and get out of those emotions, we can see this stuff and we can put them exactly where they're at in their emotions. You arrest a man because he cussed and swore at you, you're a pathetic fucking loser.
Why aren't the masses using reason and logic these days?
Because they've been indoctrinated into believing. This is the epitome of that quiet war, silent weapons.
But by law, not even me, any citizen may walk in here and request that information.
See, this is the kind of stuff when people see like the 3-minute clip of them arresting these people, or hear the 3-minute video of the arrest. See, that's the pacification of the masses by showing them that portion and saying, if you do the same thing, we're going to do the same to you. We're going to arrest you. We're going to throw you in cuffs. We're going to throw you in the back of the squad car. We're going to take you down to the station. We're going to strip you naked, bend you over, and make you say, ah.
They're probing people's asses at the station. They're body cavity searching them.
Yep. Because they fucked.
You just give him the whole 33 minutes?
Yeah. Thank you, Shane. This is not a threat at all, but there's a storm coming in about 3 days. It's going to be very public. It's going to be humiliating for me and y'all, but it's coming. I want there to be a recorded opportunity for y'all to make this right. McKelly, I'm going to be honest with you. The legal representation I've been talking with is an open shut case. Now, they could be lying to me, but they say we're getting full dismissal. So there's an opportunity between now and that till I write that check. Now, at that point, it'll be out of my hands. Sure. Right now, I'm just trying to do what I can.
Whichever way it goes, I got no hard feelings, Jason.
And so now we have all 33 minutes of body cam footage, like we should have had to.
And see, that's with our civil case. It was dismissed. We got a dismissal, but it wasn't the dismissal that we needed. It wasn't the dismissal that was required. See, once that woman got on a stand and admitted that she violated state statute and then brought these charges anyway, the court itself lost subject matter jurisdiction. They no longer had any authority. Yet they turned around, and after we moved, the plaintiff asked for a voluntary dismissal, and they granted it, as if though they had the authority to do so.
Wow.
And dismissed it with costs placed on the defendant, which is another violation of due process. And in P.I.G.S.C.U.N.T.S versus Iowa, right here in Iowa, State Supreme Court here in Iowa, this January, just prior to our hearing, they ruled that you can't do that. Sorry. The rules say that's the plaintiff's charge. It goes on the plaintiff. If the plaintiff brings charges and they're dismissed, the plaintiff has to pay for the court costs and everything.
That's so crooked that they did that.
Yeah, and then they said my appeal was moot because I got the best outcome a defendant could get, a dismissal with costs to the defendant. That's the best outcome I could get. Not according to the Attorney General, the State Attorney General and the Iowa Office of Civil Rights. They think we've got a very valid claim, and that if they don't settle for $250,000 and we take this to trial, we'll very well get at least 10 times that. My companion gets on that stand and starts crying and showing her emotional destabilization and her feeble ability to even get up on the stand. I guarantee you that jury's not going to be very pleased.
Do you think she'll cry? Like, can your companion cry on cue, or?
Oh no, she'll do it. She'll do it. It's part of her dementia. She will do it naturally.
Does she cry every day now, or how do you keep her quiet when you're live streaming?
No, she's. I have to help provide a nice, enjoyable environment. So we have around to keep her busy. And she's got adult puzzle books and things like that to keep her mind active. She gets involved with video games and stuff online, you know, the little Tetris type games to keep her mind active.
Yeah.
Helps keep it out of an emotional state. It's a gambling thing. Well, bells and whistles will attract her and keep her satisfied.
So that she doesn't just cry or yell out like in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah.
Wake up the neighbors.
To begin with, and we have the cell phone video taken by Zach's brother Hunter. This is that footage.
Tile Survive has to be one of the most relaxed.
So again, I ask you, if you want to help a brother out, we can get rid of these commercials. We don't have to deal with them, but you know, it's just part of that caste system the less you have, the more you have to deal with.
What are all these commercials for? Is this the other guy's stream?
No, this is my stream, and it keeps interrupting. I don't have ad blocker or anything, so when I'm watching,
Oh, okay.
it throws ads up on their videos, and so you have to watch them too.
I've got YouTube Premium, so I never see ads. I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, I don't, and I can't. You know,
Well,
we
what
can
is your
have-
what does your companion need? Does she need like clothing and I don't know, underwear or?
No, it's like we had to move.
And
So now instead of living in an apartment, we have a lawn that we have to take care of. And so we got a lawnmower. We did get a weed whacker, but we have no shovels, rakes, anything like that. We don't have central air, so we don't have air conditioning. You know, a nice little air conditioner would be nice or something. To help with my platform, anything would be helpful. You know,
oh,
we're
you got a lawn. You're in a house, not an apartment now?
yep.
Okay. I tried to send you a donation, but I think I fucked up in the PayPal. I think I put at the end little FU instead of FBU. I mistyped it.
Yeah.
Did it go through?
Let me
Did
check.
you check it?
Nope.
I tried to send you 5,000.
It didn't come through.
Ah, fuck. Where did it go? I don't know how this technology shit works.
Well, that link is down there. That's the only link I got. I don't have any bank accounts. I don't have Cash App.
Ah.
Just PayPal. So, you know, whatever you can do, you can do. I appreciate it. If not, I appreciate your time on panel.
Hang out right here for me.
That's a bigger problem than me, buddy.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bigger problem than me.
I just asked him for his ID. He said he owned the building. I said, okay. He said, where's my son? I said, it's fine. He's over there. Do you have your ID? He said, it's in the car. And he said, you know what? I ain't got to give you shit. What's your name?
I'm Jason.
McCluskey. You got your ID on you so we can. Okay.
No, it's in the car.
Yep.
He going to jail too.
Okay.
Disorder conduct for cussing outside.
Disorderly conduct for cussing outside. Man, I'll get right in your face and say, fuck you, bitch.
Wait, you can't cuss outside? What the fuck is this?
That's the ignorance of these people. And like I said, it's a way to pacify other people by arresting people that will speak out and saying, see, this is what's happening if you don't, if you speak against the police. You're gonna get arrested. But then they only show the 3 minutes of the arrest. They don't show the resulting effects of the lawsuits and everything and how they were actually wrong. They don't sit there and watch these videos. They see the video where the man was arrested through the police social sites and stuff, but they don't see the other outcomes. See, that's what this guy is pointing out. They hide this shit.
Well,
yeah, 3 minute arrest to pacify the people into believing that if you do this kind of stuff, you're going to get arrested and go to jail. And so the people just sit there and clam up.
There's people that don't get arrested for pissing outside in the street. I've seen cops walk by and not do nothing, and they're pissing on somebody's house in public. How can that be? And you say a few words and you're arrested. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's because they operate on their emotions. That's what I'm trying to point out. People operate on their emotions when they get authority. They don't operate on reason and logic and knowledge and competence and morals and ethics. That's too much.
Can't just yell cuss words from motherfuckers and my officers expect us to enjoy it.
I don't expect you to enjoy it, but you certainly don't have the right to arrest people over it just because it hurt your fee-fees. You're a man of the law. You're supposed to be above that. You're supposed to be one of these first responders that can stay out of the emotional state and remain in reason and logic to get through the incident with all the best outcomes that you can. Instead, you remain in your fee-fees, escalate it, and come up with the worst possible results. And it happens every day, all throughout the day, all across America, all around the world, and people just sit there and watch it.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
insanity.
Yeah,
It's
it's
evil.
amazing. They're
It's
treating
evil.
it like that this guy's in his feelings like somebody pissed on his shoes and shit on his mother.
Yeah.
He just can't take it. He can't handle his job. He's getting paid and he's all up in his feelings.
Yeah, he's getting made, or he's getting paid to make criminals out of good people while he's posing as the good man when he's the criminal. Do you see the abyss, Steve? Do you
Yeah,
see the mirror?
Yeah, they inverted shit. He's a pissant. He's a criminal.
Connor, take a picture of me. Disorderly conduct right here.
Yes, sir.
Disorderly conduct on my land. This is awesome. I always want to get arrested. I didn't know I was going to be getting.
See, that's where they can't get you. And yet that's what they're doing. See, I had a friend one time, got a fenced in yard and everything. She's drunk off her ass. What'd they do? They got her to go through that gate and arrested her immediately because now she's in public. She should have stayed her ass behind that fence.
How did they coax her ass to leave her to go through the gate off her property? What did they do?
I got this piece of paper we need you to look at.
Oh, they said, come out here and look at this.
Yeah, I got this report that she's filing on you.
It's like they baited her then.
Yep.
They baited her like a donut on a fish hook.
Yep. And she listens to me 100% now.
Really?
Oh yeah. She calls me up and asks me questions and this and that, and we beat child support and DCS with her and all kinds of shit. She's got a female child that's growing up into young adulthood and wants to do drugs and hang out with friends and all this shit and get abusive with her mom. I had to go over there. I'm her godfather. So I had to go over there and put her in her place. I said, hit me like you hit your mom and see what the fuck happens. Do that.
Oh, is DCS the Department of Children's Services?
Yep.
They went after her.
Yeah, they tried to go after the mom because the child was abusive and skipping school and shit. And they tried to hold the mom accountable. Mom said, no, I've been doing everything I can, and you people know that she's been abusive. You know all the police reports where she's called the police on me when she's the one that's been assaulting me.
Wow.
These people are nothing but criminals. These people are nothing but criminals, and they get paid a paycheck to do this stuff, and they're going to do everything they can to get that check. They don't care if they're right or wrong. They're going to pull you into that web and make you do their services.
Yeah, they're very emotional, these criminals. I heard that DCS kidnaps children and they sell them. They sell kids.
Absolutely. I would not doubt that one bit. I have no evidence, but I've been in foster care. And I know what those people are like. And I know people all on all ends. Ain't not one of them give one fucking rat's ass about them kids. Not a fucking one.
They even sell their kidneys at times. They'll harvest organs. Did you know that they can only harvest your organs when you're alive? Once your body dies, rigor mortis, it's not viable. They can't take your organs out of a dead body. They have to harvest your organs while you're fucking alive.
Yep.
And they do.
Well, within a certain time.
They do.
Yeah.
Within like a minute or so.
Yeah,
like a minute or two.
So if you die within the hospital, they can do it.
But it's got to be living tissue. It can't be dead.
Right.
So they got to be right there.
And all these people that are saying they want to be a donor patient, that's for when you get in these bad accidents and you're brain dead, but your heart's still pumping. They can take you to the hospital and harvest you. That's all it is.
And I heard they don't harvest from LGBT. They won't take the organs from them because they suspect there's a higher rate of AIDS in their organs.
Could be.
Yep.
Take on, man. Take on. There's no need you being in here. Okay.
Why is he going to jail?
Disorderly conduct.
What do you do?
Start cussing.
Good enough to cuss you, huh?
Cussing in public. Both of them going to jail for cussing in public. And this is why I would look at every last one of these motherfuckers. Finger up proudly, flying that bird as best I can and saying, fuck you, you ain't my daddy. And you think I don't? Last time I went to court over something serious, sixth offense possession, I was doing it to every last one of them, right in that courtroom, everywhere. And then walk out, wait for the next hearing, go right back in and do it again. Fuck you, you ain't my daddy.
Did they ever put you in jail or prison? Or did you always get...
I've been in and out of jail many, many times. I was in prison when I was 18 to 21, did a 3.5 year stretch as soon as I turned 18 years old.
Really?
Never went back to prison, but I've been in and out of jail ever since.
In prison, did they try to bum rush you?
Oh no.
They don't rape?
They do. They do.
Oh.
But it's a matter of attitude. And see, when young boys go in there for committing a robbery and accidentally kill somebody, and then walk around chicken chested, puffed all out like I'm a murderer, they're gonna get their shit knocked. Just like a pedophile, they're gonna get their shit knocked by somebody who is a murderer, who did it on purpose. He wasn't there to rob nobody. He was there to take a fucking light out. So when you walk into prison, you got to be as real as fucking real can be. You don't play no games, and you certainly better know what respect is, how to give it and receive it. Ain't no other way. That's the way I walk today. I don't give a fuck who you are or what your life is about. You treat me with respect, you're going to get that respect. You don't respect me, I don't care if you're the biggest fucking bigwig in the fucking world. I don't care if you got the biggest stack of money and the most wealth and the most power. Fuck you.
Let's ban politicians.
So again, let's ban politicians all around the world, because we don't need politicians. We need real men to stand up and stop this shit. Because it only happens because good men refuse to do so.
Can you believe this shit? Because of a gas leak, I'm getting arrested for nothing. Todd, I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Well, Kelly, why is my dad in handcuffs? Can you explain me that? Or
I can.
all right, can you tell me?
Here's the thing: if you're outside, it doesn't matter if you're on your property, in your yard, out there standing on the carport where that guy is, and you start cussing, it's disorderly conduct.
And you start cussing, it's disorderly conduct. He has a mental incapability of comprehending English. There is no such law. When it comes to that such profanity, it has to be sexual in nature, as if though, hey, I wouldn't mind raping that woman over there. That would be unlikely. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is not freedom or protection of speech. You don't get protection of that kind of speech. But just because you use the word fuck does not mean it is sexually explicit. See, there's a difference. When I say fuck you, I'm not saying I'm going to fuck you. So we have to understand the English, and we have to understand how to read it and comprehend it. And these people refuse to even read it. We'll hear that here in a bit too.
Well, the police chief might be retarded. He doesn't even understand the difference.
Well, no, he doesn't understand the difference. And when you give him the difference in plain writing, he refuses to read it. We're going to hear that in a bit.
Now, I don't make the laws, son. I don't make the laws, and I wasn't here. But you can't.
I don't make the law, son. I wasn't here. I don't care if you didn't make the law. You're supposed to know the law. And that's what he's trying to dance around. I didn't make the law. I know you didn't make the law. But you're dancing around the verbiage in the law because the words don't say what you're saying they do. You're in violation yourself while saying I'm the one violating it. And the one you're violating is supreme law of the land. Matter of fact, it's so supreme, it is in beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's how supreme that one is. That's why it's the First Amendment. And that's why I say my freedom of speech is a great right, but yours is exponentially greater because he needs the desolate to hear that people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And if you don't know, you're the one that's going to get destroyed. Your right to know is imperative for me to be able to stand up for my First Amendment right of freedom of speech. I can't do it without you.
You can't be calling cops dirty names. You can't be treating people like crap.
I'm going to tell you this from what I know.
Yeah, I can. I can treat people any fucking way I want, and I can talk to you like a bitch if I want. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean I'm violating the law by doing so. You better fucking grow up.
Okay.
I can sit here and say whatever I want to you. You cannot take me to jail for it. It's freedom of speech.
Okay.
I want you to know that. Before you take this dude right here, my brother.
Okay. He didn't have any argument there, did he?
Before you take my dad.
Okay.
And put him in a cell for this right here. For what? For what? What'd they do? They're out here causing the crime, ain't they? Wreck the PD to the rescue. Going to take them to the pen, ain't they? Boy, man.
Yeah, they're going to jail. Disorderly conduct. Keep going.
I done said.
Okay. Hey, Gannon, y'all go ahead and practice like Gannon goes over here. Make sure you read him his right.
Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand your rights, Mr. McCluskey? All right.
If you take us to jail, y'all are so bad.
I'm gonna read you your rights.
Okay.
Lori, look at this.
I said, this is all over a gas line. Y'all come here to help us, and this is how we're getting treated. Call my brother, Connor. They approached me at the corner. Connor's over there by me. I'm not a cuss. I said, these motherfuckers got dad in handcuffs over some bullshit. And he says, why is he a motherfucker? And I said, because this is ridiculous. Y'all come here to help us, and this is how we're being treated? And then maybe a couple more things were said. I said, you and your goofy ass squad. And then boom, that's when I get put in handcuffs for calling the cops goofy.
Yeah.
What finally
We're calling them goofy. See, they get so in their feelers that is their world. If you hurt their feelers, you're going to get it.
did it for Kelly. That's what did it for him.
And then you're in cuffs, you're going to jail.
Yep.
Upon arriving at the jail, Officer Brandberry informed one of the jailers that this one's a prick, so be ready. The jailer said, okay, started walking me into the jail. At this point, I had decided to exercise my right to be silent. I felt like if I'd said anything else, it would have just made it worse for me. When I refused to answer the jailer's questions, my son was a witness to this. We were together.
Probably a minute before.
He said, since the old guy wants to be a prick, we're going to give them the full treatment. At the time, I didn't know what the full treatment was because I've never been arrested in my life. We can see my other son bonding us out on the other side of the glass, but we get taken in, strip searched. I am forced to make myself naked. I've never stood in front of two naked men in my life. It was the most humiliating thing I've ever experienced.
I'd have to agree.
And I have not gotten over it yet. And it might be a long time before I do. But they left.
And I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it one bit. See, this is the kind of shit I hold against them. I won't get over it. Me, that's not an option. I can't put it down anymore. I will not put it down anymore. I will not go along to get along. This is disgusting. While they call us criminals and animals.
Laughed the whole time I stood there while I had my delousing, that I'd bend over and cough with my bare ass showing in front of two grown men that were laughing at me. I'm not going to forget that for a long time. I've never in my life been so humiliated in my life as I was in that jail.
And what jail was that?
That's Clay County Jail in Piggott, Arkansas. This whole time, my son's on the other side bonding us out, money in hand. I think they actually had our bond done before we got the full treatment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know why we were treated as though we were being admitted, because we were not, ever.
When we were at the jail, they said, you know, this is crazy because both of y'all both have clean records. Oh, yeah, it's crazy, but we're still getting the full treatment. So
I hope they feel good about that.
They do.
I'll never forget the full treatment.
I bet they go home and eat macaroni and cheese about it.
Oh, yeah.
Who would want to do that? You know what I mean? It's one thing if you have to do that because it's my job, and it's another to be like, let's do it to them, even though we have.
And see, this is one of those kind of situations. If it was me, I'm not settling for shit. I am taking this one to a jury. My freedom of speech will be fucking heard. This whole fucking town is going to be revamped. We will get rid of every bad officer there is.
They should take a killdozer to the town.
Absolutely.
Those fucking sadistic faggots, those cops.
Tear it down and rebuild from the bottom up. And that means the people. Because like I said, it's Hitler's willing executioner is the common everyday people that sit back and let it happen. Fucking bitch ass slaves. And let me not be wrong about this or mislead anybody about this, because I too have been a fucking fool. I too have been a bitch ass slave. But you know, there comes a time in life when you gotta fucking grow up. We're all fucking adults. I suggest you start growing up.
Even Denizen.
Even Denizen.
It's an abuse of power.
Yeah.
I don't know the law.
Like you're doing it because you want to at this point, and it's weird.
Well, we wasn't even supposed to. When it comes back to it, we was not supposed to be in jail anyways.
And it's definitely, don't lie to yourself. It's because you wanted to. You wanted to get them naked for some reason, because that's a weird thing on you. You didn't have to do that. What was the bail for you to get out?
$250 a piece.
Which was in their hands before we even got the full treatment.
What do you plan on pleading?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
All the way.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. I will not, regardless.
And so that, excuse me, so that full treatment, I believe that's under the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. Dennison would be able to correct me on that if I'm wrong. But when you got $250 bond and you're in a chair and you're watching from one side of the room that bond being paid, and you know that the process they're putting them through is not valid, and you don't speak up, you're just as bad as the motherfucker sitting there strip searching them. You know,
Yes.
that bitch behind the counter that won't stand up and say, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Because she wants to keep her job and take that paycheck home. You're just as big a fucking coward as they are. Go ahead, Stephen. Rip a new one.
It is the 8th Amendment. Excessive bail should not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted.
And that was certainly cruel and unusual.
Absolutely. They made them bend over and spread their cheeks.
I will not plead guilty to the charges that were given to me.
Nope.
That's the right move in my opinion. So yeah, not guilty, find an attorney, fight the charges, lawsuit?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Now let's go to the Rector Police Department.
$78.
Yeah, $78 can suck my dick. Unless you want to send it to the PayPal account down below, help a brother out, get rid of these ads, and do these video streams, these live streams ad-free. Appreciate it.
Hey, what's up? Hey, is the chief here? He is not. What about the assistant chief? No officers at all, huh? That's not what I said. Is there?
This is one of the ones I'm talking about. You know, she's the one that's sitting there knowing the transaction's going on and is not going to stand up and say a fucking thing about it while she's got this innocent look on her face. Fucking whore.
Possibly. Okay. So let's see if he comes and talks to me. Is he going to come speak to me, or? That wasn't the question I had. Is he going to come speak to me?
Would you like him to?
Isn't that what I asked a second ago?
You asked if there was an officer here.
I mean, we would assume that's because I want to talk to one, right? And then you went and talked to one and then came back and ignored me? How come? How come you wouldn't come right back to the window and say, hey, sir, he's on a call, or hey, he's going to be a minute, or
He will be a minute.
I'm obviously here to talk to someone. That's why I asked. All right, here we go.
So again, this is the other one, you know, like I said, behind the counter, signing off on everything they're doing and not saying a fucking word about it. Yet when she goes home, she's the one virtue signaling that she did a good job.
Cool.
How are you?
Hey, dude. I'm Justin.
Right.
Yeah, what's your name?
What's that?
What is your name, sir?
Officer Brendan. I was going to tell you the chief will be here shortly to speak with you.
Even better. But you were there too.
Where was that?
I think it was Monday or Tuesday. You guys arrested a father and a son for saying.
Case, and I won't speak to you about it.
Well, I'm not asking about that specific case. Can I ask you a question that has nothing to do with that case?
What is it?
Will you arrest me for having this sign right here?
Sign says, fuck the police. And he's not going to arrest him for saying, fuck the police. Wait a minute. Isn't that why you arrested these other two guys? It's because they use foul language in public?
And why not?
I'm not going to engage with you, but no.
But why not? Isn't it against the law according to you guys? Don't you think it's against?
Isn't that the epitome of fucking irony? That on your own private property, they will arrest you in public for swearing, but in their very office, when no one else is watching, they run.
Those cocksuckers. What a coward.
Absolute cowards. Absolute cowards.
Against the law here that you can't use the First Amendment here in Rector? And you arrested 2 people over it just earlier this week? Didn't you do that? You arrested 2 people for using the First Amendment here in Rector. But I'm going to come do it, and he's not going to do anything with me. Wonder why. I think this is my buddy.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, man. I'd like to shake your hand. My name's
Nice to
Justin.
meet you, sir. Yeah.
We spoke on the phone.
Mhm.
I apologize for getting into it with you, man. I really
That's
didn't.
all right. So, hey,
Okay, and there's 2 things you will not catch me doing. There's 2 things you right there. You will not catch me doing. I'm not going to walk up and shake their hand. And I'm certainly not going to say, I apologize. I ain't apologizing for shit.
I'll just say this. I get a lot of phone calls when people start to argue with me about things. I just can't. I don't have time for the arguments.
No
Did you
worries.
get everything you needed with before your request?
I feel like this body cam missing that shouldn't be, but you kind of explained that. It's kind of weird that there's only 3 minutes from one officer, and if there's that much malfunction, that's a much deeper issue.
We've had to send cameras back to the company that we have bought body cameras from.
Yeah.
We're a small department.
Axon, right?
It is Axon, but we deal with a private company that does all our IT and stuff that doesn't work for the city.
Well, I really just had 1 or 2 main questions, if that's okay. So are you guys, and I know you're not the city attorney, but you do have a lot of pull on this. Are you still pursuing charges on them?
Can't talk about an ongoing investigation.
Well, all right. Well, then do you, to this day, do you believe that?
Okay, so here's one thing I want to point out. Can't talk about an ongoing investigation. Now, wait a minute. You already arrested them and charged them. What further needs to be investigated? I mean, as far as I know, the only thing after that would be discovery. There is no more investigation. It's already been investigated. You've been charged and brought to court. See the idiocy that these people pose? They don't know the law, and they can't help but lie to you because they don't know. What would make you think they do know? Oh, your indoctrination, the pacification of fear indoctrinated into you when you was a little bitty boy, little bitty girl. You better do what the police say or they'll arrest you. Mommy and daddy even imposed that upon you. And then later on, when you were 49 years old, they looked at you and said, gee, the police are your authority. Fucking amazing.
A citizen can't say fuck in public?
Have you read the statute on disorderly conduct?
Yeah, and it talks about, so.
Have you read case law on the First Amendment? That's my response. Have you read case law on the First Amendment? Do you understand the First Amendment? Again, folks, my freedom of speech, I enforce it vehemently because you have a right to know. And that is the exponential greater right. This is the principle of love thy neighbor as thyself. If I want to know, I want you to fucking tell me. I don't want you to keep me in the dark.
What it's talking about is like, it's really talking about like sexually explicit things. It's definitely
That's the profanity. That's the profanity, like you're
so.
saying.
Have you looked up? And I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm trying to help you out real quick. Have you ever heard of code?
Oh, and what he's talking about, their case law is explicit about this. You know, like when you got minors around, you don't go around talking crudely and soliciting sex in front of them or to them. Right? That's the context. That is not protected.
Versus California.
I have.
So that's a Supreme Court. No, there's no but. That is a Supreme Court case law.
I have heard of it, but I won't discuss laws and case laws with you. I am not at liberty to discuss.
Then just let me tell you.
See, he's not willing to learn. He already learned his policy in the city ordinance. He is not willing to go beyond that. Even though he is a veteran, acclaimed patriot who served in the military and supposedly knows the Constitution, makes me think he doesn't know the Constitution and therefore can't enforce it. And therefore, the only leverage he has is this policy and the ordinance because he knows nothing beyond it. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Think about it. Okay. Cohen versus California was a man that wore a leather jacket in the courthouse that said "fuck the draft," and he was arrested for having profane language on his jacket. He beat that court, and it's really been the cornerstone Supreme Court case that said you are absolutely allowed to say "fuck" to an officer in public on your own property all day long. Then, and I could actually give you about a dozen case laws all throughout the country, but I'll skip.
Yeah, that's Cohen versus California. Go read it. It's imperative to understand the context of your freedom of speech, even on these platforms. So on my platform, even though the algorithm shuts things down when I use words like murder and rape, I don't give a fuck. I'm not here for the numbers. I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the exact truth. And when they start censoring you, something's wrong. I don't give a fuck. You ain't censoring me. I'll speak any fucking way I want, and I'll use every fucking word I know to best describe the situation without using some nuanced new term to avoid some kind of emotional response.
Right to Arkansas just from 3 years ago. It's called Turi Raja versus the city of Fort Smith, where a state trooper was on a traffic stop. A dude drove by the traffic stop and as loud as he could. There was kids in the car and everything. He said, "F you," loud as he could. Kids heard it and everything. The trooper used that. Oh, these kids heard it. That was in public. Went and chased him down, arrested him. Sure. Not only did he win, but he sued him because that was a First Amendment violation. And there is no argument that exists that says you can't say in public.
I won't debate laws with you.
None whatsoever. And this guy's going to sit there and say, I won't debate laws with you. That's your fucking job. You're supposed to know the law so well that you can and will debate the law.
Exactly. Those dirty rascals.
It's amazing, isn't it, Steve?
It is. That's their job, to know the law. He doesn't know the fucking Constitution.
And what's worse is that people will continue to believe what he's posing as law, even though they hear him say, I'm not going to debate it. Telling him that he doesn't know the law.
He doesn't, and there's slaves that defend him. This fat pig.
Absolutely, they're bootlickers. Back in the blue until it happens to you. That's what these guys said. These guys were good boys in this town, and they'd never been in trouble with the law. They supported the law. Now they don't. Imagine that.
But what I will do.
Well, there's no debating that. I'm telling you right now. Because you can't.
That's for judges and lawyers. That's why.
No, you're allowed to. No, that's what you get hired to do. That's what you're here to do, man. And you're just littering. You just threw your cigarette out in the front.
And now he's mentioning that he's littering right in front of him, and he's not even going to pay attention to it. He's just going to totally ignore it because he didn't do anything wrong. It's of no consequences. Nothing's going to happen from it, and nothing will. So he just keeps on going, talking about something else, not even going to pay attention to the issue that he just violated the law in front of a citizen.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Let me show you something. That's because I wanted to show you something. So let's look in here. What do you see in my lobby?
That's because I wanted to show you something. No, see, you listen to the rhetoric. A man's intellect is limited and biased by his vocabulary. And you can tell this motherfucker lies, lies, and lies only because he believes he has the authority to do these things. That's because I want you to look in here. I don't give a fuck about what's in there right now. We're on the topic of you just violated the law. Well, that's because this in here. No, it's not because of that in here. They have no way of staying on foundation. They're always
a scoundrel.
Yeah,
he's a scoundrel.
Hopping around from issue to issue. They don't.
He's a scoundrel. I don't trust him.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust none of them, Stephen. I don't.
He's lying. This fat guy.
They say there's good cops. I have yet to see one.
I never seen any.
I see laundry soap and
what do you think that's for?
A kid's thing.
Sure.
I don't know. So what are you getting at?
I have laundry soaps. I have toothbrushes, soaps. All of these things are when people come in, they come in here to pay a fine. It's hard on people to pay fines. And I really don't believe in police and the poor. Do you know why I became a police officer?
Here we go.
Because I don't like cops very much.
I became a police officer because I don't like cops very much. So when you read into that, that's a virtue signal saying he wanted to be a cop, to be a hero, to show other people how you'd be a good cop. Yet this is the epitome of the worst cop there is. Lying, hiding, and violating your First Amendment right to pacify the public for his presumed authority, ultimate authority, that you have to do what the police say. Anytime the police are around, you have to do what they say. The fuck you do.
I told 1,000 people that, and they don't believe me. I've been treated terribly by police in my life. I've got tattoos. I'm not your standard cop.
The standard cop has tattoos. The standard cop, there is no standard cop anymore. Have you seen Cop Talk Live lately? He's been outing all these police forces that are hiring these midgets. It's amazing. And the standard police officer should be someone that's physically fit. This guy's got a beer gut. He ain't chasing me down.
Yeah, he's a beer belly bitch. This scoundrel here, this dirty rascal. I think he became a cop so cops wouldn't arrest him. He probably thought, I'll join him. I'll just fucking join him.
On point. On point. One of the reasons people become police is because then they think the police won't arrest them because they're part of their gang. Another reason is because they have all the perks of the extra drugs and sluts, the street hookers and strippers and stuff that they can get, in the hotel rooms for free sex.
I bet this guy's fucking some sluts in Arkansas.
I'm sure.
Motel rooms. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm sure.
I became a police officer because I wanted to make the change that I wanted to see from within. Now,
I wanted to make the change that I see from within. So he wants to make the change of, instead of being truthful, honest, and having some kind of loyalty and integrity to morals and ethics, he wants to make sure that the change from within is all about lying, hiding, cheating, stealing, robbing, violating. You understand that? If that's what this man poses, and this is how he's behaving, then his position was that he wanted to make that change. He wanted to change good people into bad people. When you put a good apple in a barrel full of rotten apples, the good apple rots.
I'd never put a good apple in with the rotten apples. Everybody knows it's going to spoil.
That's why you got to tear this entire town down and rebuild from the
Yep.
bottom up. Same with every
Yep.
other one of these institutions. We have to tear it down and rebuild it, people. It is time to throw off the despotic government. The only way
Yeah.
to do that is by standing up yourself.
There's an old children's song we had when I was growing up, and we'd play on snow hills, and there'd be bullies of kids trying to take over the snow hill, and we'd sing, "I'm the king of the castle, you're the dirty rascals," and we'd toss off the dirty rascals. That's what we need to do. Clean house with these fuckers and get rid of them.
Yep, absolutely. I agree.
They're dirty rascals.
I agree.
Scoundrels.
Out here, so when you come and pay your time pay agreement or whatever it is that you have these things, you can pick up a couple items. You don't have to sign up for it. You don't have to do anything for it. You just pick it up, take it with you. And I do that out of my pocket. My officers do that out of their pocket because we truly do care about the people that live here in Rector.
No, if you truly cared about the people that live there in Rector, you wouldn't impose your criminal activities on them and fine them for things that aren't reasonable, that are not against the law. And that would be the preemptive way of allowing them to get that shampoo, laundry detergent, toothbrush, and stuff without having to go through you because you took all their fucking money in the first place.
Yeah, he's a liar. He doesn't truly care. He's a scoundrel. This guy.
Absolutely. The circular rhetoric is impeccable.
He's a rat bastard scoundrel. Yeah, he's going in circles. He's trying to talk his way out of it, make himself look good.
Yep, that's the virtue signaling, and that's one of the things I get on people on these panels on this metaverse here on YouTube and stuff, is that these groupthink safe spaces are your downfall. When you fall into those groupthink safe spaces, you show yourself, you out yourself. I'm a gray rock. I'll not move. I'm independent, and I don't need anybody. I don't need the money. I don't need the numbers. All I need is my voice. And even if one person hears it and it affects them positively, I've done a great job. If everybody hears it, then I've done the most immaculate job I could. But again, my singular freedom of speech is great. And it's only exponentiated because you have the right to know. And therefore, I will not stop.
That's what I'm here to do, is to serve and protect the people in Rector. So there are little old ladies that don't like to hear curse words. They don't like to say
that don't mean anything.
I understand it doesn't mean anything to you.
No, to the law. To the law, it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not going to debate law.
I'm telling you right now, it does.
I'm not going to debate law. See, he's in his feelers. It makes a difference to you. It doesn't make a difference to you, but it makes a difference to me. It makes a difference to the little old ladies. I don't give a fuck. My own mother looked at me and said, "Keith, the police are your authority. I don't give a fuck." My dad then turned around and said, "Fuck you," ran into the house. I said, "Come back out and say it to my face, you fucking coward." If you can't follow the truth, then you're lost. And if your mom and dad are part of that and you follow them, you're following a crowd going in the wrong direction. I don't give a fuck how good my parents were to me. They did a lot of great things for me. But to turn around and find out I've been disillusioned my entire life by them, they are the epitome of Hitler's willing executioners themselves. And I will not put up with it from anyone.
There are people that don't like it. And there is a law against it. And it's disorderly conduct.
It's not disorderly conduct. You are dead wrong, dude. You're dead wrong. I'm telling you, you're about to learn the hard way. I'm going to go hold this right in front of your police department all day, and you're not going to do anything, right? Why would you, right? Because it's my First Amendment. If you're going to arrest people for the very First Amendment, then everything else you're doing doesn't matter, dude. Take your soap and take it home if you're going to arrest people for saying. And if you're going to stand here today, after I sent you case law that you clearly didn't even look up, you didn't even look up the case law I sent you? Why not?
I'm not going
Educate yourself, dude.
I'm not going to debate law with you, man.
Why not?
Yeah, it's educate yourself. I don't necessarily need to debate it with you, but you at least should educate yourself. Again, this goes to your right to know. This man has a right to know. He's refusing the right to know because he doesn't want to know. That would put a responsibility on him. Do you people get it? Real quick here, Stephen. Real quick here. Do you people not understand? Your right to know is a responsibility. And that's what you're truly afraid of. Because if you knew the truth, then you would have to enforce it. You too would then start speaking up and put yourself in the same position as me and other people do, of having to face these cowards as they threaten you, intimidate you, coerce you, overpower you, physically assault you, humiliate you, give you the full treat. Are you afraid of the full treatment? Yeah. That's why you sit back and you don't care about your right to know. Because if you knew, you'd have to do something about it.
Plenty of chiefs have. Remember how I said choose your own destiny? Well, you're doubling down, aren't you?
I'm not going to debate.
Are you doubling down?
I'm not going to debate with you.
Are you apologizing?
Nope. Not going to comment
nope.
on it at all.
Then you're going to double down, and you're going to. This is not.
And that's why I won't shake his hand or apologize. I would not shake his hand and I would not apologize because I'm not the one that needs to fucking apologize. He's not going to do it.
I wouldn't apologize to that fucker. I'd spit on his shoes. He's a scoundrel. He's a snake.
Absolute coward.
The destiny you want to choose, brother. I'm trying to save you right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to save you.
I appreciate your concern. I appreciate
you.
Your concern.
You seem like a nice dude that
really
you
nice.
could save yourself here, but you're choosing not to for some reason.
I'm just not going to debate with you, man.
Why not?
Because I'm not.
You're the chief, bro. Why not? I'm just a random dude.
I'm not going to debate with you.
Let's talk.
Not going to talk. You want to talk about my past? We'll talk about my past.
No, I want to talk about your
job.
job. I don't want to talk about something you did 10 years ago.
Let's talk about my job.
The number one most important part of your job is to uphold the Constitution. Do you agree or disagree?
The number one thing that I do is help people.
Your number one.
My number one thing is I help people. And in helping people, you're supposed to be supporting and upholding that Constitution. That is the number one way to help people. And instead, you negate that and believe that you're helping people by arresting them because they hurt your fucking feelers. You are not helping people. You are helping yourself.
I don't think this asshole knows the Constitution from prostitution. I don't think he has a clue what's in the Constitution.
I don't think so either. And he's been in the service.
I don't even think he cares.
Yeah, he should know that thing inside and out. He doesn't.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't even want to talk about it.
Nope.
Already should be upholding the Constitution, and if you can help people along the way, yeah. But if in your mind helping people but screw the Constitution, that's not, then please go find a new job, and we need someone else in your position. Like, what do you think the First Amendment is? You think it's just speech that everyone likes? And if I ever say something that someone doesn't like, now it's not protected speech anymore? Or do you think that it's literally the stuff that people don't like that needs to be protected? Are you willing to look into it a little bit right now with me?
Nope.
You're not. Why not? I'm trying to help you, man. So you don't want any help?
Nope. I'm just not going to discuss current case with you. Just not going to do it.
Well, we shouldn't. That's my point. Is it shouldn't be a current case, and the right thing to do is to not pursue this. You didn't have a right to detain them. Never mind arrest them for saying. Someone hits a service line of gas on their own property. That's not a reason to detain anybody. When you are the government, which I don't know if you realize that, but you are the government. Do you realize that? And so I have a lot more liberties.
Listen to what he admits here. This is going to classes of people, as they put it. So listen to what he says. This is part of his cowardice.
To say stuff to you than I do to another citizen.
When did police stop being people?
As soon as they put that badge on.
So when a police officer puts that badge on, the police officer that you call for help when something bad's happening, that person ceases to be a person, a human being.
Unfortunately, a little bit.
So then people get to treat them like dirt.
Not like, I mean.
That's the way he feels. See, the way he put it was that because they put that badge on, people get to treat him like dirt. No. What happened over time is that people would put that badge on and treat the people like dirt. And now the people are treating those people that put badges on like dirt. You asked for it. if you were honorable men that held up the integrity of truth, we would never be here today. We would never be a militarized police department. You wouldn't need the military equipment. You would be honorable, truthful, loyal men upholding the First Amendment, the Constitution entirely, the truthfulness. And the foundation of this republic is that opinions do matter, even if they hurt your feelers. People are pathetic.
I get to say, I get a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
a little
so
bit.
You're saying
Not,
that
I mean,
because I wear a badge.
you're being vague though. I don't
No,
get
I'm
to,
not being
no, I
vague.
don't get to treat you like dirt, but I get to say anything I want to you. Yes, I can say almost anything I want to you.
Sure.
I can say things to you that I actually wouldn't be able to say to another citizen. When
I'm not a person. I'm not a human being.
No, you literally, your rights go away when you put that badge
Is
on.
that person here?
And I don't agree with that. Your rights do not go away when you put a badge on. Just like your rights do not go away when you go get that license or ID. Your rights do not go away. You just have to learn them and take the responsibility of enforcing them. No one else will do that for you. If someone else knows your rights and enforces them for you, you are one lucky motherfucker.
That's nothing to do with this.
Sure does.
You are the government. Okay, there's two types of things.
Is a homosexual a person?
Of course, dude. What are you talking about? Why are you? No, it's weird that you're even comparing that. That's making you look weird, dude. Stop.
Okay, so-
Stop it. Right now. Don't even say that.
All of these different people are human beings.
But they aren't the
But I'm not a
government.
human being
No.
because I throw
Okay.
a badge.
I'll take this back. You are a human being, but you're not a citizen like the rest of us.
I'm a second-class citizen because I'm a police.
I didn't say second class.
See, he put himself there, and he is right. Even though the other man didn't say second class, the officer said he's second class. That's absolutely right. Because you, like the government, only have your powers through the rights and consent of the first class of people. We, the people, without title, entitle you to enforce our laws in benevolent behavior, honor, integrity, and loyalty to the people.
Yes, without we, the people, this fucker wouldn't be anywhere. He wouldn't even have a paycheck, much less a uniform or a badge.
In fact, he should be proud of that second-class citizenship. He should be proud that the first class of people gave him the ability to protect them. His own duty in life as a man is a protector. And when the people rise up in the class of people and say, hey, we want you to protect us, that should be a place of honor. And he doesn't hold it as honor, though. He holds it as
too fucking stupid.
Yeah, he holds it as a second-class citizenship where people treat him like shit. And that's the only thing he sees, because he doesn't see himself treating other people like shit. He thinks he has authority to do so.
He said he's helping people. He's too retarded to see. He doesn't see. He's just a retard.
Well, he doesn't get to say that he helps people after he turns around and shows people what he's doing here.
Yeah, but when the guy asked him, "What's your job?" to uphold the Constitution, the chief replied, "Oh, I help people. That's my number one job, helping people."
And that's the number one lie.
Yeah, because he doesn't know the Constitution. Because if he would have said, "Yes, my job is to uphold the Constitution," that guy could have asked him, "Well, what's in the Constitution?
Right.
What do you mean by that?" And he doesn't. I don't think this guy knows the Constitution at all. He doesn't even know the laws. He doesn't know the simple laws.
Nope. And when he says, I help the people, that's that virtue signaling, seeking validation in the groupthink safe space, just like we see here on the internet.
Yep, he's a retardo cop. He's not helping anyone. He's just a retardo cop, is what he is. A tyrant.
Absolute tyrant.
Okay, then what am I?
You are the government.
I'm a police
The
officer.
government can't be a
He's
citizen.
paid to protect and
No,
serve you.
for example, okay, do you know what the Fourth Amendment is? This is a really good example. The Fourth Amendment says I don't have to give my name just because a cop asks. That's one thing. That's an argument that you were attempting to make. That's dead wrong, by the way. However, because you are not a citizen and you don't have those rights as the government, let me finish what I'm saying.
These things.
You have to tell me your name if I ask because you're the government.
Those police officers are second-class citizens according.
I'm not saying second class. But
And that's because there's a level of transparency and accountability when it comes to the integrity of the public record. Okay? So there are certain disclosures that must be made so we can maintain that integrity. And that's the only limit on the rights. You are limited to your identity. While you're wearing that badge, you must expose your identity. You cannot hide because it goes to the integrity, and that's it.
I bet he's hidden his identity when citizens said, "What's your name and badge number?" He probably made up a fake name. This guy.
Oh yeah, many times.
To get
and
the
that's
sheriff.
and that's what we're going to point out here in a few minutes, because when we look back at this video, make sure here. When we look back at this video, and we see these officers.
Building, the gas main's busted.
Right now, just please do me a few.
See, this is the guy that's the victim. These guys, I don't know who they are. I think they're with the gas company, maybe, or possibly the fire department.
I'm gonna give you a few minutes.
Don't approach me like that right now. Don't approach me like that right now. You don't need my ID right now.
There's no need for that. I'm asking simple questions.
Give me a few minutes.
Then go over it with your son.
You don't tell me where I go.
Sir?
You don't tell me where I go.
You can go to jail.
Slap him on, buddy.
Look.
Big bad, slap him. Slap
I'm
him.
asking you a simple question.
That's for my ID. I just walked up.
You gonna go check on your son? Tell him.
I'm check on my son. Tell us.
So while these guys are over here, these guys are not police officers, right? Look, they're not in uniform, are they?
No.
But you're population. Ho! Ho! You know what ho means? That's enough. I don't respect your fucking badge and charges. Get it, son. Get it.
I don't respect your fucking badge. Get him, son. Arrest him.
The cop with the cuffs is a Finkelstein.
Ooh, damn. Good job, son.
Now hang out here.
Yeah, buddy. Got you.
All I asked you was your name. I ain't taking my hand off you, and I don't have to.
I ain't taking my hand off you, and I don't have to. No, you didn't have the authority to put your hand on him, and you should take your hand off him, and you do have to. See, this is the society we become. A bunch of fucking cucks.
I asked you,
boy.
And I said he was over. I asked you your name.
That's for my ID.
I asked you for your ID.
Zach, stay back. Zach.
Same
Zach,
thing.
stay back. Stay fuck back. Stay fuck back. Hold up.
No,
this
listen.
This idiot's gonna pay. Stay back.
No,
Stay
no.
back.
Listen.
Stay back.
I asked a simple
Stay the fuck
question.
back. I'm not talking to you anymore.
That's fine. Don't. 42 to dispatch. Send 33.
Silly son of a bitch.
Well, you're
I noticed these guys over here. Again, I don't know who these people are. None of them wear badges or nothing. No uniforms, nothing to tell us who they are. If you're from the gas company, you should have a certain uniform. You're in public service. You should have a public service uniform. You too should have body cams.
Not me.
No, as a gas company, you too, for a matter of security.
Okay, you meant him because you said you too. I thought you meant me for a second.
No, I mean the people that are working public service positions. Your water company, your post office, they have uniforms, right?
I think he's from the gas company, the orange shirt guy.
Yeah, and they should have uniforms. They should have uniforms.
Yeah, because he might as well be out there in his fucking pajamas. Nobody knows who he is.
Exactly. Uniforms and body cams.
Be anybody coming on your property.
If you're in the public service, uniforms and body cams. Simple.
Yeah, because they want to come on your property, and you don't know who the fuck they are.
Yep.
This dude.
How you doing, sir?
You having a shelf of soap does not excuse this stuff.
I thought it was.
You know me? You know me? What's up, brother? I bet you know the First Amendment.
I do, man. I do.
You do?
I do.
So you know I'm allowed to say in public?
Yes, I do. I just drove like 15 minutes out here, started rock hounding. My wife called me, told me he was out here. I turned around.
That's hilarious.
I did.
Hell yeah. Have a good one, man.
It's awkward for me.
I'm sure it
like
is.
you both.
Well, are you finished with me?
Yeah, sure am, man.
All right, brother.
Thanks for talking.
I hope you have a good rest of the day. my friend.
I hope you really take this to heart and really make a change.
After that, I went antique shopping.
Let me ask you this way. Do you think that the F word is legal or illegal to say in public?
Listen to what this is a common lady, runs a vintage antique shop.
That's a Karen. That's a lesbian, I think. I bet she'll say it's illegal.
Oh, no. Pay attention. There are some people out there that know what's up.
Okay.
Very
I
simple.
could be wrong.
It's very simple.
It's legal as far as I know. I mean,
Okay.
First Amendment.
So
It's legal as far as I know. I mean, First Amendment, she puts it very simple. First Amendment.
why do you know that and not the police chief? And it sucks and it's hilarious and it's so perfect. It is the perfect thing for me that I walked next door to the vintage antique shop and you knew more about it than he did.
I misjudged
We
her.
still have the freedom of speech.
Bingo.
West Side accountability in the house. Greetings.
I thought it was a lesbian Karen that was going to say that we can't say that word. It's illegal.
No. Alpero, hi, good to see you. You as well. And yes, it is First Amendment. I'm sure West Side Accountability will agree with me when I say that my freedom of speech is a great right and it comes with great responsibility. But imperatively and exponentially, the greater right is your right to know. But that too comes with the responsibility. And only you can enforce that. I enforce my freedom of speech, so you can enforce your right to know.
Even if people don't want to hear the dirty word, I mean, it's
Can't go to jail for it.
right. It's not punishable by law. I mean, it's ethics. I mean,
Thank you.
not.
So you would make a better police chief than him. Isn't that weird? Anyways, I really like old art. And so I was actually off the clock. And that's what I wanted to do is buy some stuff from you.
Look around.
Well, we're put through all because Kelly Baker wants to be the big.
I'm actually going Tuesday morning to see my psychologist that I haven't seen in years because there's not been a need.
You're disabled too.
Yeah, I'm on disability. I'm ashamed of it. And I've kept it a secret to most people around here for a long time because it's embarrassing. But I am disabled.
Navon, the #1 rated business travel.
I don't care if you're the #1 rated business or travel. Just hit that like, share, and subscribe. And possibly hit that PayPal button, share some love so we can get rid of these commercials.
I don't like telling that. This is not something we're familiar with at all. It's never happened to us.
But it's not something we're going to put up with.
It's kind of reminds you of things you hear about that happens in other towns. But this time it happened in my town and it happened to me.
Yep.
It happened to me. And it happened to him. And it's not right. And just for the record, I was made to turn around, bend as far over as I could and cough and bare my ass. And while they left.
That's why you guys are weird. You're weird.
Very weird. You have to think about the power and control that these people think they have when they do that to another man. Just to put him through it. That's a psychological aspect of what we're talking about. And that's why we have to get out of the emotions and the feelers. When they do that kind of stuff to us, we have to let that kind of stuff go and stick with the reason and logic to tear their asses apart. Because sooner or later, maybe they'll end up bending over for real before the big iron gate. That's where I'd like to see all these people go. Right behind the very bars that they've been sending people. In their sadistic, psychological torture of everyday people that have done absolutely nothing wrong. To pacify the entirety of populations. To bow down to their false authority of a shiny badge and a clown suit.
Do you guys know the names of those guys?
I do.
One of them is Cameron Woodall. That is the guy.
Oh, yes, Cameron Woodall.
Cameron Woodall is the one that said if he wants to see tough, he'll show him tough.
He's the one that threatened.
Cameron Woodall, you're weird.
And he's
bro.
the one
I love him.
County.
He's the one that said we were getting the full treatment.
Yep.
Why do you guys like to look at their buttholes? That's
Yeah, Random Patriot does an excellent job. I love his demeanor. I love how he tears things down piece by piece. His calmness in that demeanor and his ability to look at the camera with that twinkle in his eye as he's calling them out for their behavior. It's fucking great.
super weird. Like you guys need to be like on blast. Okay, I think that's a good way to end it. The police chief told me that he doesn't like cops, and no one believes him when he says that. Well, guess what, dude? Guess who else doesn't like cops anymore? And guess whose fault that is, Chief Kelly? Yours, dude. What are you talking about?
I went to high school with this guy. I thought I knew him. Apparently.
See, that's something else I mentioned the other day. A lot of these people went to school together. And so certain groups of them get together behind them counters and help employ each other, help sign off for each other. You know, they're all friends and relatives and family connected one way or another. You know, that nepotism and cronyism. Everybody thinking they're special because somebody else knows them and gave them a job, gave them the authority because they have no authority of their own.
I did not.
And so I find it kind of weird that everybody else in town knows the First Amendment, but not the police chief. I hope all of this just gets dismissed before it even goes to court, which leads me to how I want to end this video, which is by reading a couple emails between me and the city attorney. At one point, I emailed the city attorney and asked her if she was going to be pursuing these bogus charges. And she replied, "I haven't reviewed anything on the files and normally would like an opportunity to review. I have district court Tuesday morning and can request and review then." And on Tuesday afternoon, I sent her another email to touch base about her intentions to pursue the charges. And I said, "I will assume no response means you will be pursuing the charges." I also said, "You should also know that Chief Kelly violated both federal and state law by lying about existing public records. He actively and on record told the public that a malfunction occurred, etc., resulting in only 3 minutes of body cam video footage existing from the McCluskey arrest."
And that's when he was interviewing him towards the end there at the side of the building, and he started going over the video company that they go through, and that it's their responsibility and they're not connected to the city. The fuck they aren't. They have a contract to provide those fucking video cameras for the police. They are connected with the city, and you're just trying to displace your own responsibility and your false integrity onto somebody else. It's all bullshit. That's all these people do. They will never take responsibility themselves, ever.
I have recorded evidence on both my video and on Mr. McCluskey's video of Chief Kelly saying that McCluskey and I received all of the footage that exists, and there is no other footage. He also says this in writing in his response to my Arkansas Freedom of Information Act request that I have received all of the footage that exists. However, this is a lie, and the lie unfolds on camera, and the assistant chief provided us with all 33 minutes of the encounter. And furthermore, Officer Manthey is in violation of police department policy by not activating his body-worn camera. And this seems to be typical behavior with the RPD. I would obviously love to hear what you have to say about all of this, but my main concern is your intent to pursue charges or not. No pressure on the other stuff. And I know.
And so my question here as to the body cams, how many police officers were on site? How many police officers do they have in that town? You know, what was the ratio there? Why were there only 33 minutes from one body cam? Because anytime I've experienced a gas leak, there have been multiple fire trucks, multiple gas company representatives, and just as many police officers for your safety.
Never got a response back, so I assume that means that she will be pursuing charges, which really sucks. Why would they put two people through all of this because they said a bad word in public? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the mindset about this. But as always, I will keep you updated as all of this unfolds. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit the like button, and maybe hit the share button too. I'll see you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you like this video, hit those buttons. Maybe even hit the PayPal link down below and share some love, help a brother out. In the meantime, Remember, I love you, but I don't give a rat's ass for whether you love me back. That's to say, I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you don't respect me. And that part's on you. So may God bless you and have a good day.
Hold up, grab my soda cause I told you I'm colder than hell. I ain't buying what you sell, it don't ring my bell. Unless it's got the smell, you know, like grape pape. We ain't talking vapes or the color of drapes. Or a gorilla in a cape is the good shit. Just one hit, you so lit, you fall into a bit, non-bit. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie, obliteration of the carnation with gross castration, skewed citations by your intimations. Get real, young man, there's only one stand. You can't stand a suntan, how you gonna live on the land? Obliteration of the carnation with gross castration in skewed citations by your intimations. I'm a truth in rotation, you're a cheap imitation. Dark set hums, 808s make the ground shake. Cold as the grave, every word's a land quake. You're a flicker in a cipher, I'm the flame that won't fade. Step into the night where the shadows are made. What's fucking funny is you're a monkey, a high school flunky, hero and junkie. I'm gonna click another hit of this good shit, and I'm already it, so take over, it's been non-bit.
Thank you for joining us at Personality Inventory Mockumentary Productions. Man up, slaves, and hit those buttons, or I'll send ice.